Hello everybody and welcome back to Imperator, where we are currently working our way through this Growth of Albania mission tree, and we are getting very close here. We do need to make Udidorsi into a city, and that's actually only 2 months away in terms of political influence, a little bit further in the case of the treasury. So that's something that we need to do. We also need our Grand Theater in Camisa. I feel like I got that already, but maybe I didn't. Yep, we did not. Okay, so that is something that we need as well. A Grand Theater should cost 80 gold, but we don't have the ability to do that because of the disloyalty. Right. That's what it was. Okay, so no major issue there. We'll get that back to being loyal after it rebels. That'll take a little bit of time, but we definitely want to get this city done. So we're currently looking at 2 month ticks, in fact, 1 month tick, before we can get this city growing. Wonderful. So let's just get to this last month tick here. And we, of course, have this mine developing as well. Our cash is currently down a little bit. That's because we raised our wages back up, because we discovered it was increasing our own corruption to have the wages down. I'm a little sad about that, but it makes sense. So let's go ahead and found this city. Udidorsi, you are going to become a city. Perfect. So with that underway, we are also going to need 2 granary buildings in there. That's not a big deal. Grand Theater here, and we need an aqueduct over here. That's right. So we could get an additional building slot by moving in more people. That's a possibility, but I don't think it's a great option. 80 political power for a building slot. Vahan can cover the costs. It'll be fine. We could also back off a tax office. That is an option. And I think that's probably our best option. I mean, I don't actually want the aqueduct, and we may put this back later. Oh, territory civilization level. I should have thought of that. I definitely should have thought of that. I remember that being a thing now. Oh, new episode, new day. What are you going to do? Our current civilization value is 28.65. It is going up. We'll just leave it be for now. It was inefficient to remove that tax office when I did. That's definitely inefficient. Sad. We should also at some point go through and make sure that all of these territorial capitals are cities. And this fort here, we're going to remove. I don't feel like that's a necessary fort. Is this fort necessary? This is a much better fort, in my opinion, just because of its strategic location. Unfortunately, it doesn't block this path here. It does block this pass in its entirety, and it doesn't block this either. This would be a much better location, but that would still not block that path. This here would actually be the ideal location for the fort. Except that wouldn't block this pass. So there is no location over here that would be perfect. Hello, pause menu. Yeah, that's definitely something to think about. I would also like to get another mine out in Palios. We'll go ahead and do that. We can build one of these roughly every 10 months, and because we're just waiting on the civilization level here, that's okay. 28.93, so that's going to take, hang on, let me pull up a calculator here. 0.07 times, that is going to be, I want to be 12. I want to know what the annual gain is there. 0.84. Okay, so slightly over a year. That's fine. Age finds us all in the end. Even the priests and surgeons shake their heads when confronted with the inevitable decline of the human body, as Orontes III Orontid is finding out. He may not have much time left. How sad, he has acquired diphtheria. Yikes. Okay. Well, that's going to be a thing. So do we want to do the Persian tradition or the Persian rural? I mean, we were already working our way down this way for the... Ooh, siege ability. Siege ability is pretty good. We're going to take that. Excellent. So with that underway, that'll be great. And, I mean, yeah, we're looking at slightly over a year at this point, like a year and a month. So it'll be like April of next year when the civilization value here hits 30. So that'll be good. That will allow us to put in the aqueduct. Of course, we can't finish this until Granary of Albania is done. And we're going to need 600 gold and 2 granary buildings in Udidorsey for that. We also need our Grand Theater over here before we can do the final mission. This is dropping by a pretty appreciable clip here, and that's good. We want this to continue to drop, and rapidly. Like, we want this rebellion to happen as soon as possible. I would absolutely love it if there was some way for us to interact with this and have this actually, like, be instigated. I would like to provoke this rebellion. That would be nice. Unfortunately, that's not currently an option, but that's okay. No real issues right now, but this is Caucasian Albania. 46 months. That would be about right. That's a long time. Armenia Majoris is going to rebel as well, and that's going to be a bigger rebellion. That's fine. We don't care about that. They can do that. Like, we know that we're going to have disloyal provinces, right? That's something that is going to be a bit of a thing going forward, especially as our pops are 72%, only 8% over here. We should actually have this be set to religious conversion. And now that we've got some political influence to spend on this, we can do that. We'll go ahead and put that onto religious conversion. And then looking at this, 8%, 15%. Now, I believe, if I recall correctly, I determined that it's more efficient to do religious conversion. Non-integrated culture, so that's minus 30 and minus 55, because dominant religion is not state religion, but yeah. So that's a total of 30%, and yeah, it's more efficient to do religion than it is to do culture. Sounds good. So we do want to continue to swap these over to religious conversion. And we don't have the political power for this one yet. We'll come back to that in a few months. That'll be fine. We are now able to build our final mine in Kahlua. Perfect. And there is a rebellion risk in 24 months. Armenia Majoris. Yeah, that's fine. These guys over here. We want them to rebel eventually. Well, we don't necessarily want these guys to rebel. We want these guys to rebel. This is just kind of a bit of a distraction, but that's okay. So we're done building our mines now. That is beautiful. And we're going to be doing farming settlements next. But that's going to be a little ways away. We want to get our treasury coming back up again. We'd like to get it back up to that like 20 gold per month peak that we were at. This fort over here is something that we could think about getting rid of, but I think we'll keep it for the time being. 18.71 is solid. And we're at 40% of our research. It's not ideal under any circumstances. We definitely want to work on that, but the economy is more important right now. So looking at our missions here, we need 600 total gold, 2 granary buildings in Udidorsey, which is 90 days away from finishing. 3 months. Okay. So that's fine. We also need a grand theater over here, of course. Cool. So we're going to get our 2 granaries over in Udidorsey as soon as we can, once this is done upgrading, which will be fairly soon. There are barbarian armies over here. Now that's actually somewhat convenient for us because we need to raise our levies and get them heading over this way anyway. Now, they're going to raid, and there's not a huge amount that we can do about that. This is, of course, a useful thing for forts to deal with, but for now, this is okay. We're going to get moving down this way because We do expect Armenia Majoris to rebel in 18 months. So we can get started moving. It'll take how long to get there? We're moving pretty slowly. We don't have any roads or anything, so that'll be fine. We're at 166 gold, and here comes Udi Dorsey. Beautiful. These are the best of times. So we'll just update this. There we go. And we're going to, of course, need granaries here, which is this one. The entire province is disloyal. We can't construct there. Yeah, that's a thing. This is, of course, Iran, and they will rebel eventually as well. 49 months. Okay. So that's fine. We will use this gold instead to put in a farming settlement. And this does actually give us a goods produced in a couple of these locations. So we'll do that first. That'll be fine. We're chasing down these barbarians. We'll get there eventually. Yeah, they're damaging civilization value and occasionally removing pops, which is very rude of them. I would prefer if they didn't do that, of course, but here we are. And we're going to have Armenia Majoris rebelling in 14 months. So we're just going to chill our levies down here. Like, we don't have to pay too much for them, so this is fine. Yeah, that provincial loyalty is dropping, and the governor corruption's a lot of it, but that's okay. I want to take a look at how we're doing on our religious conversion. Okay. Sounds good. So those religious conversions are going to be quite important for us. And then we're just going to move up here, defeat these barbarians, and we'll just chill until this rebellion happens in a year. That's just fine. The barbs are going to go away. No problem whatsoever here. And we need these guys to rebel as well. Yeah, we defeated the barbarians, and we got 25 gold, and we got a slave pop as well. Sure. So, supply limit. Okay, we're just going to split this force in half for the time being. And we're going to send... Just want to look at this. Okay. So we're going to send these guys to here and these guys to here. Just checking supply limits. Yeah, that's fine. Excellent. So we'll split those up, and they won't take attrition, and we'll just wait out the rebellion here. Perfect. Supposedly, the people of Artaxata... Yeah, Artaxata. Okay. Aryarat are struggling with their faith in the teachings of Zoroaster. Our high priest, Ashuza or Aduni, suggests convincing the peasantry with purification ceremonies, once more turning them to the righteous path, following Ahura Mazda. Surely it would be a popular move among our subjects to turn more people against the false malevolent ideas of the polytheists. Indeed. 15 political influence and 90 gold, but we set the religion of 3 freemen to Zoroastrian. That's pretty good. We'll do it. Excellent. So that's fantastic. We will proceed here as we get these guys spread on out, and the rebellion will happen in 10 months. That's fine. We're not too upset about that. This seems very, very good. So as our population continues to grow, these investments will continue to pay off more and more. And that's great. We're currently making 18 gold per month with our levies raised. Of course, our levies don't cost very much. And why are we taking attrition here? Unit weight. Oh, right. These guys have a unit weight of 31. Right. Because these have different weights. I'm an idiot. Okay, I forgot about that. So we're going to spread these guys out even further down to 8k, like so. Now we're not going to take attrition. Perfect. I forgot that's the way that unit weights in Imperator work. Like these guys here, these light cavalry, they are 150% weight. So they're 1.5 weight per 1,000 units. Heavy cavalry, even more. They are 2 weight per 1,000 units. So, yeah. So for the number of cohorts, the heavy cavalry are 4 weight, right? So you have to keep that in mind when doing supplies in Imperator. Forgot about that, but we are back on that train. So that's fantastic. Now, as far as these missions go, of course, we need to get these rebellions to happen. That's kind of a top priority, but I want to check over here. Yeah, we can get that aqueduct now. Beautiful. So let's get that aqueduct built on in. And that means that as soon as we finish Granary of Albania and Caucasian Albania colonization, or Master of the Guard died, as soon as we finish those two missions, we will be able to finish up all of this. So that's beautiful. 2 granary buildings and a grand theater and 600 gold. So 780 gold is what we're looking at needing here. That's a fair amount of gold, for sure. Our Master of the Guard, the guy we just put in, Zara Oraduni, has friends far outside our borders, often trying to use his network to the advantage of our nation. He believes his friendship with the Master of the Guard of Cappadocia could be put into use to increase their opinion of us. All we would have to do is send some of our wealth his way, and he'll try to improve our reputation in Cappadocia. 90 gold, rather. We actually don't care about Cappadocia or their opinion of us right now. That's fine. 3 months until Armenia Majoris rebels. Good. Bringing 73 pops into conflict with us, huh? Okay. I mean that's less good, but they're going to instantly pop up a fort here as well, which is kind of lame, but sure. Never has a more devout man existed than Ashusa or Aduni. Our people clamor at the very door of the temple, demanding that we declare a feast in his honor. How should we answer them? We could gain 6 stability for 18 gold, and gain 5% religious tech investment for 48 months. For 4 years here. That's pretty good. Hello, pause menu. That's pretty good. I probably shouldn't be throwing my phone at the keyboard right now. I'll stop that. 6 stability is kind of mediocre. We would lose that over time. But that religious tech investment, that's what's good there. I mean, I'm hoping that this wouldn't delay these rebellions. It looks like it doesn't. So we'll go ahead and do that, not for the stability, but rather for the tech investment. We do definitely need better tech investment. There's no doubt about it. Look at that research efficiency. It's hot garbage. We need to work on that, but we have bigger issues at the moment. Our aqueduct is finishing up. Beautiful. So we're now ready for this. That will get us a building slot. Okay, cool. Next month, they're going to hit 0 over here. And there they go. So these guys are black flagged. I'm not surprised about that. We're going to just move in over this way, and we're going to have half of our forces on each side of this. Cool. No, you're black flagged. Come on. There you go. Get out of there. That is to be expected. And I actually want these guys to head directly to the fort, because otherwise the fort will start auto-capping back this territory, and we can't really push in until we're attacking the fort. So we'll just move forward here, moving some slave pops around, I suppose. That's okay. And we will arrive there on 10 December. Cool. And let's see, 16 and 33 months sounds good. We can call down an omen, and we're going to continue to call down the economy omen. Excellent. Okay. In we go. We can now resume our conquest, or rather reconquest of this territory. We're actually going to move in over here and fight their force. I mean, this is not a problem at all. Hello, pause menu. We can go in here and get ourselves a farming settlement, and we'll build this in Enzida. Beautiful. We'll continue to push in over this way. They're not able to resist us, Like, this is not going to go well for them. Perfect. The Siege of Camisa, huh? Oh, that is a city over there. Okay. That actually surprises me slightly, but sure. So we could let the looting be gentle, and that's probably for the best here, because we don't want to kill our own citizens. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll cap over here. We didn't stack wipe this, but we'll just move these guys in over to here, where I do expect them to stack wipe. And then we'll move up over this way. And these guys can move in. Yes, that is indeed a stack wipe, as expected. We're at 61% war score here, and this is not going to go well for them. We already knew that. 13 and 30 months. Okay. Well, this is fine. And this is fully under control at this point. They don't have anything that they can do. So that is beautiful. We're at 83 gold right now, and that amount will increase a little bit once we put down these levies, but not very much, in all honesty. And these other rebellions are going to be about a year away. That's fine. We're going to put down our levies and re-raise them about 6 months before, maybe 4 months before, something like that. We do need a new researcher for our martial advances, and this guy is the most qualified. So we'll put him in. Fantastic. Vahan has been becoming increasingly restless of late. He believes that his stature is deserving of a key role in our government. He's approached our court, insisting that we bestow such a role upon him. Indeed, given his prominence, perhaps we should consider this carefully. We are literally dying as the king. He will get a more prominent role very soon. Just wait a little longer. Excellent. So this rebellion is pretty much over. Just have to wait for this siege to fall. And in fact, there we go. We're going to let the looting be gentle. And we are going to sue for peace, and we're going to retake this. Perfect. And we can gain popularity, lose aggressive expansion. We don't have any aggressive expansion right now. We're just going to gain the popularity. And we're going to put down our levies. Block you from raising the levy again until 4 months have passed. The state will be increased by up to 24 months based on the current strength of the levy. Oh, I think if the levy is weakened, then this is increased. 4 months is fine. 491, 10, 1. Yes. 4 months. Okay. Sounds good. So that's perfect. So we have these rebellions that are going to be raising up soon enough. I want to take a look at the situation over here. This is a settlement. We're going to ditch this fortress, and this is now the capital. That's ideal. I want this to be moved over to religious conversion again. There we go. That should do. So if we look at the pops here, yeah, that did reset our religious conversion, which I don't like, but I guess that'll do. So we're going to be able to build another farming settlement here, and so we shall. We'll build one in Bagariza, since that will increase our goods produced. And there is currently a civil war being threatened to break out. That is because of Vahan Polypershid. This jerk. He is in very poor health. For now, we're just going to give him free hands to boost up his opinion a little bit. We'll also bribe him. There we go. I'm not super happy about bribing him, but I don't want to fight that civil war when we've got these provincial rebellions brewing here. So that's definitely something to think about. I do want these provincial rebellions to happen, to be clear, because we want to be able to finish off these missions that I dragged off the screen. Perfect. Grand Theater, 2 granary buildings, 600 gold. We should start saving up for the 600 gold now. In fact, we know that we need like 700 and some. Ah, okay. So, Orontes 3 Orontid has died. And now, Vahan the First Orontid is the new king. Long live the king. He's not married, And we should probably arrange one. Probably not a 57-year-old. Okay. This is inauspicious in the number of people available. From our house, huh? Okay. We'll go for this person. That'll be fine. Excellent. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to deal with these rebellions, and that'll be absolutely fine, no problem whatsoever. And we are going to get this mission completely finished off. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.